What I'm looking at right here across the river is a piece of Parques Los Cerros, which is a favorite hiking and cycling destination. This is the famous Henares River Miguel Cervantes wrote about. Centuries ago, the Romans were excavating clay here to build bricks and such, and that's been going on until about 100 or so years ago, where they found other quarries and decided to quit scraping away at this face. The clay here is fantastic. I wish it was everywhere, but it's a very rocky zone. So clay trails are a real luxury. This park is used mostly as a buffer zone between the river and housing. Up that way are some beautiful fairgrounds which are manicured for carnivals and fiestas. But this area is just for people walking their dog and having a good time. Because there are so many people walking their dogs, I'm not going to be in any particular hurry. Now I'm not using the auxiliary microphone today, but I am using the camera on wind reduction mode, and I have the Wind Slayer foamy cover on it. But because this is a slow park ride, it should be enough. I took it up off the handlebars, helmet mounted it, so it doesn't get bounced around as much. Although, I have to say this Insta360 does a great job with vibration and stabilization. In low light, it's probably one of the best. As I've mentioned in the past, I really like the GoPro 13 Black, and it's on sale. But in low light, it's just not going to do it for me, so it doesn't matter. Most of my rides are in the afternoon or in the evening, and low light stabilization is more important than a little bit nicer picture in direct sun. I think the GoPro does a better job in hard sun, and this does a better job with obscured sun. So you got to pick the camera that does the best job for your environment, for your riding conditions and style. It's particularly windy. It's 10 degrees Celsius. The It's snowing up in the north, either eastern Spain up in the mountains. It was really pretty on the news, all the snow plows. The Pyrenees are loaded with the stuff. So it feels a lot like Christmas there. It does snow here in Madrid, in this zone, but nothing worth writing about. Now, this street is still closed, and they have street sweepers and blowers, and they're picking up all the plastic and debris left over from the flea market yesterday, which left quite a mess. Every Sunday it's the same story, and I never understood why these people have to just leave all their garbage in the street for the city, but well, what can I say? The problem with the big street sweeping machines is they make quick U-turns, and they're not always looking for bicycles. So I'd rather just cut them a little slack today. See, it's all blocked up here, and there's tons of garbage all over the place. It needs to be policed up. I guess it's job security. Now, much better to walk across the street like this, especially at rush hour, than try to ride. The reason is, as a pedestrian, I have the right of way. As a cyclist on a vehicle, I'm done. Well, the Wind Slayer, even with wind reduction mode, isn't going to save the day. But because today was an errand day and not a bike pleasure riding day, I didn't drink. However, I think the auxiliary mic does a much nicer job. But in a quiet place, the microphones on the camera really work good. They have stereo mode, directional, wind reduction. And I think the wind reduction is pretty good, but it does muffle voices and such. Directional is good because the sound comes from where the camera is focused. But stereo works really well. I've tested it and I like it. Well, I think this is enough. I'm just going to hop over to the bakery and get some muffins for breakfast. Stop recording.